What's up, alphas? It's your boy, Alphas I made, and I see a lot of alphas in the comment section watching right now, and I want you to know, keep stomping. Something amazing can happen. I changed it up. One thing ain't gotta be mad at. I'm looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy.
You still said it.
What?
You still said it.
What? Are you serious? Hey, they tell me I should let stuff go, and so later we have to learn to let things go because it's Friday. I'm with the boys. It's Man Cave. Everybody doing that? Uniqo, how you doing today?
Man, I'm doing well. I'm doing great well, man. It feels good to be a man today.
You doing great well. All right.
Great well. I thought he said I'm well. I was like, dang, nice Will.
I'm Will.
That's how Monte doing today. Is that how you doing? Look at. He has no emotion.
I'm here. How about that? I'm here.
Tori, how you doing today?
What he said. I'm ready to be a dirtbag. You already know.
See, everybody in the spirit. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody in the spirit to let go, and that's what we're talking about. But today's topic is to let go. When to know to let go. When to let go of all those friendships, that thing that holding you back. When to let your girl go. When to let that vice go. When to let whatever go. Letting go is a good thing. Tori, didn't I tell you in therapy, letting go some things is a good thing?
Most definitely. But I've also been told that I let go too easily. That's been one of my factors that I've worked on in therapy. So we'll get to that.
Yes, because when to let go is important. That's our topic today. Letting go. Sometimes in a relationship we hold on too long. Sometimes we hold on not long enough. Sometimes we are quick to let people go, as Tori said. Sometimes we hold on to something that we know not good for us. Those friends, you have outgrown them, but you still want to hang around because they your boys, right? But you outgrown them mentally, psychologically. Everything you do, you got different goals, and they just want to, hey man, I just need to party, get girls. And you're like, man, I'm trying to start some, trying to create some. Or sometimes you got that girl who not really motivating you. She's not pushing you to your best. And sometimes you gotta let it go. You know what I mean? So that's our topic today. So I want to know your thoughts on this. We're gonna start with Monte. Monte, what are your thoughts? When do we let go, my brother? When do we let go? Friends, women, our vices.
Get ruthless.
I mean, you almost got to look at that like on a per thing basis, but just in general, you let go of things when they're no longer beneficial to your life. I mean, that sounds it sounds ruthless, but it's just the brutally honest truth. You get rid of
sounds
things
logical to me
when they're not beneficial to you. It's just like because you holding on to things just by all physical accounts is going to weigh you down. It's more you have to carry. It's more you have to be more responsible for, and things of that nature. So you let go of things when they're not beneficial to you anymore. It's just it can be ruthless, it can be honest, it can be brutal, however the case may be. But that's what you have to do when it comes to friends. Friends are friends. There is a mutual relationship. It is not a singular relationship. It's not a parasitic one. Iron sharpens iron. Real friends are not going to leave you by the wayside necessarily. They're going to grow with you. They're going to help grow you. They're going to motivate you. They're going to be your rock when you like. Sometimes you are falling. Please believe I know. Like real friends are very, very hard to find, and dang, they're irreplaceable. Like I mean, they're hard. It's hard to find real friends. But when you got real friends, you cling on to them and you hold on to them, and they gonna grow with you. But if you got friends and sometimes they don't grow with you or whatever, then sometimes you can't let them go. You got to know when to look at things and know whether they're there for a moment, whether they're there for a season, or whether they're there for a lifetime. You have to know the difference between the three. That's the thing that you hold on to. So you realize what you got and then you let it go. When it comes to a woman, boy, that was I don't be wanting to like piss off anybody when I be saying things like this, but when it comes to women, you are your main concern first, and a woman is secondary. And I say that mainly from the aspect of you cannot ruin yourself to try to impress or just be with the woman. You have to be secure in your own self and secure your star player, and make sure your star player is good. A woman, and I say the same thing for a woman when it comes to a man. Like, you have to make sure that you are good the way that you are. You are good, by yourself, and you are good, in your mental standing, in your physical standing, your financial standing, and all that kind of. You make sure you are good before you try to bring somebody else into your life. And so, and even after that, when they in your life, if it gets to the point where it is not beneficial for you to have this other person, man or woman, whatever. If it is not beneficial for y'all two to be together, you let them go. And you let them, there's nothing wrong with separating from somebody else and wishing them all the best love and care in the world. There's nothing wrong with doing that. And as long as you're not leaving them in a negative situation, like leaving them on the side of the road or something like that, or doing wrong, but just mutual partings happens all the time. There's nothing wrong with it. But you have to make sure you yourself is good when it comes to relationships, friendships, jobs. Jobs should never get to the point where you bring on your stress of work to your house. You should not get to the point. Once you cannot separate your work from your home, and your home should be your area of peace. If your work comes and invades your home and you cannot find peace when you are at home, you have a problem. Therefore, so things so you learn to let things go when they are not beneficial to you. Whether you're in a relationship with a man or woman, as a man or woman, whether you are in a job in a market that is stressful or tough or anything, you got friendships, you got anything. It is not beneficial for you. That includes habits. It includes habits. I know there's things that are very recreational, but if it ever gets to the point where it is not beneficial for your long-term life, let it go. That's what I say to all of it.
Facts. Monte, so you saying you got a gambling addiction? I tell you, let's go to the casino. I ain't a real friend.
Yep. Your real friends, barring like fun adventures, your real friends are not going to put you in willingly. Yeah, a real friend is not going to really put you in a situation that is dangerous to you or your long-term life. Real friends are not going to want to do this. They're not going to want to endanger you. They're going to care about you and your well-being. So they're not going to be like, oh, I know my homeboy got a gambling addiction. Let's go ahead and go to Hardee's. Like, it wouldn't make sense. Why would you put them in a situation to be tempted to be going into trouble? Or, and let's go ahead and get home for a minute. Your real friends are not going to be like, oh, well, my homeboy, he got a girl, but let's go ahead and hit the club right quick, see if we can find a little something. No, your friends are not going to do that to you. They're not going to put you in a position that will set you up for failure. They're not going to do that. Your real friends will not set you up for failure. They will not do that. Your real friends will do their best to help you be a success. Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Monte spin bars. Uniqo.
Let
that nigga go.
Monray said it best. Yeah, let it go. If it's not, first of all, you got to decide. Like, I know me. Here's a little bit of my story, and we'll talk about some things that I'm doing my best to let go. Sometimes when I'm not feeling too good about maybe something I'm doing, or I've always had a complex of trying to be good enough, make sure that I'm good enough, right? And sometimes I'll be feeling down. So have me a couple of drinks, and then I catch myself on Sundays where I call or text or hit up somebody on Snapchat or something like that. I hit them up because that reminds me of them times I was good enough to have like that baddie, or like, dang, I remember I had her back in the day, but just calling people trying to feel better. But the thing is, they done let me go. So I need to let them go, because they can't be, because obviously they're no longer a source of happiness. So what's the point of me trying to reach back out into that kind of stuff? That doesn't make sense. But some people grasp for straws trying to get those kind of things. And me personally, if there's some things I gotta let go, that would be one of those things. Like, feeling like you failed somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you didn't fail. It's just a new season. You ain't fail. You don't gotta hold on to stuff. Like, yeah, that was a good time in your life, but this shit's over, bro. And there's no, and probably by the time that it happened, in between now, they probably a whole different person, probably make you more miserable than you was when y'all was hanging out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. You can make them even more miserable. So with that being said, man, shoot, them folk let you go. You got to let them go. And that does go for, you know, any type of drugs. I mean, you know, I was watching Cops Live today on YouTube. They got a whole channel dedicated to this funniest shit on cops. And man, it's a lot of people that's suffering from meth addiction. So with that being said, you can't be riding around looking through windows of a restaurant at 1 o'clock in the morning talking about, I just wanted to see the menu because I put an application there. So I just want to be on top of the game. You can go in there during store out business hours. Sir, you're trying to steal from there, aren't you? Yes, I am. So they ain't good for you. They're going to continue to ask you, do you need help? And you just gonna keep on getting locked up instead of riding your bike freely and going into restaurants during normal business hours and sitting there and having you a plate or actually getting that job. So, man, yeah, what time to let it go is when it's just hurting you as a person. And most importantly for me, when you look like an idiot or like you look like a fool. Nobody wants to look like a damn fool. And boy, I done made myself look like a damn fool plenty of time.
It is true.
Hey, I don't woke up in. I've woke up in a few parks in my day.
I appreciate everybody's patience and just leave him on red, girl. Just leave him on red. He just having one of them days. I appreciate all that community because I mean y'all do love me. Y'all do love me. So I appreciate it. I only got black. Cool.
So how about you? When do you let go, or when should you hang on more?
That's the real question. Y'all ready? You guys ready for some scumbag therapy?
Let's go.
I'm gonna
scumbag inbound.
That I've learned in therapy that I've been a villain far more than I've been a hero in life, and I try to make up for that now as we go forward, and we're supposed to be growing as people. But I can look back through the wonders of therapy and see many a times where I was completely in the wrong and did not care remotely because at the end of the day, the situation was beneficial to me and me alone. So why, in the context of the way I was living then, why would I not use it to the fullest extent of my abilities? Which is very wrong. So, but I say that to say I've got friends that I've been cool with for multiple decades, going on 20 years now, 20 plus years, and still keeping regular contact together, whether it's playing video games or playing freaking Magic at a random coffee table somewhere. You know what I mean? So, but I can look in the terms of women. I've been very cruel and quick in certain points where someone will feel like there's real significant emotional attachment there, and they're the only one that feels that way. And then I am the villain when I choose not to reciprocate said feelings in a less than gentlemanlike fashion, if you would. So, there's a fine line between letting go and hanging on, but 9 times out of 10, you guys just let it go, and it's going to be so much easier for you mentally and emotionally in the end. But you got to realize that could then be damaging to someone else if they feel that they've put all this time and emotion and work into something that you're willing to end at the first sign of trouble remotely because it ain't worth the mental hassle that they're going to cause you.
Yes,
so,
sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
I haven't heard this said, but how about letting go when the goals change? When I have opportunities, when I move up, when I have opportunities to change, when life gives me a second chance, as some people say in different ways, or maybe my first big opportunity. Because you'll notice that not only do people will change once you get there. Once you start doing good, people start either treating you better or treating you worse?
Mhm.
When you started, I don't do the things I used to do. I know we said this before. People like to bring up what you used to do when you doing better. You remember you used to do that with us? I'm like, I don't do that no more. I remember you was crazy. You used to try to fight everybody. It ain't even with me, but I'm just saying in general. You're like, you want to fight everybody? You want to do this, man? You had all the girls, man. I got a girlfriend now. That's not me. Y'all know I've been single since 2014, but
Yeah.
but
Let's go.
Established 2014 villain story.
yeah, but like I said, you know, somebody when
It's
you
a
get a
different
girl,
number every week.
y'all
yo.
know it. Once you get a girlfriend, you be like, hey man, I remember you used to get all the girls. I'm like, hey bro, my girl here.
That's hater stuff. If they do that in front of your girls, that's not your
I wish
friend.
this Negro
Anyone,
will never
yeah.
talk.
I was gonna say we might have to fight for real, because you don't know the kind of strife that you just caused in my living, which is why I can sort of see why Will Smith would slap Chris Rock, but at the same time, don't quit slapping comedians, people. Sidebar.
But yeah, like you don't know what's going on in my home. You don't know what's going on in my life. So again, it's you learn that okay, I have outmatured you, I have outgrown you. Ain't nothing wrong with that, by the way. There's nothing wrong with outgrowing somebody. Your goals became different, and that's it. It's no hate. It's no what.
Nope.
You still want to party. You still want to have fun. I want to get this business started. That's cool. Maybe you want to get a different business started. I want to get this business started, and we can't really align because we're too busy to. That's cool too. Like it doesn't even have to be all hate. It just we're growing in different directions. Sometimes you with your girl. Sometimes you with your job. Okay, I'm trying to do this, but you want to add more hours to me. But I'm trying to start my
And that's
business.
not to mention if you got kids.
Yeah, I got kids. I want to start my own business. You're like, hey, we gonna need you to get 60 hours a week. Like, no, I can't do that. I gotta let this job go. I gotta find something better. I gotta find something different. Same thing with a girl. Okay, I'm ready to have a kid. I'm ready to get married. She not ready to have a kid. Do I wait? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's just we go in two different.
Ooh,
It's
that's
no
a good
hate.
question, though.
Man.
Like, do we?
That's
Okay,
a good question.
I'm ready to marry you, but you're not ready to be married. Do I just? Because I've seen people get engaged and be engaged for 5-6 years and they ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, are we just holding
There's
on?
also people out here with rings in your DM, so.
Child.
Yeah, so like I'm saying,
Man, forget all that. Learn to cut your losses. That's what you do. It's one of the hardest
Quit
things to
playing
tell
into the
somebody.
gambling addiction.
One of the hardest things to tell people when you have the concept of time. Learn to cut your losses. Learn to take the lessons that you have learned from whatever relationship, whatever situation that you have been in for maybe X amount of time, X amount of years, X amount of months, whatever the case may be. Learn to cut your losses. It sounds difficult, even to take Grandpa's example. What if you have been in a relationship with this person for 3 years? You ready to settle down, get married, and they not. What you do, you talk to them, you figure out their reasons why, see if their reasons are valid, and see if it's something that y'all can work out in a future date. But if it's something that y'all are not at the same place at, and y'all may not ever be at that place, or you may not be at that place for years down the line, learn when to cut. I'm not saying to do this, but learn when to cut your losses, because you have to look at it. People always look at what they've given into something when it comes to jobs, when it comes to relationships, anything. People are looking like, well, I've been at this place for 3 years. I've been with this person for 4 years, and I done been with this person since high school. And my question to you would be for this. You've been at this spot, at this place for 5, 6, 7, 12, 4, 3, however many amount of years. Do you want to spend that same amount of time going forward in the same place you've been at for the last? Be my simple question. If you've been with somebody for 4 years and y'all at this standstill and it's not progressing and you don't see a future, do you want to spend 4 more years with a possibility? Or
That's a fact.
that's what you do. And so, or you can look at it and just take a good gander at it, talk to the person and see if there's any potential moving forward. You talk to your job, see if there's any potential in you getting a promotion or moving forward in a position of your area or anything of that nature. You look at your
Right now,
life.
they're gonna lie to you though.
That's what you do. And that's what jobs like to you. But that's when you try to cut your losses. Be like, hey, if I'd have been in play, I done did. I promise you, I done did. I done did in all the situations I done named. You look at it. If it's not something that's gonna be beneficial to
It's
you in the
conducive to
long
your
run, if
lifestyle.
it's not something that's not gonna, if you're not growing, sometimes you got to cut your losses and go. Sure, it may hurt in the beginning, but those are growing pains, and you'll be so much happier for it later, rather than later you looking back, why didn't I do X, Y, and Z back then when I had more time? The thing about it, tell you what smart people do and what rich people do. Tell you what rich people do. Rich people do not mind spending money to keep their time. Not smart people will spend all of their time just to get more money. The difference between the two. So
Let's go
if your time
philosophical,
is the
man,
most
Ray.
precious thing to you that you can't get back, especially for us men, especially for us men, our time is the most important resource that we have. Is your time. It's the one thing that's gonna be with you when you trying to get in relationships with women. It's the one thing that's gonna be with you when you're trying to get promotions, when you're trying to get everything. Your time is the most important thing that you have to. So the one thing you really don't need to do is waste it.
Let me pose this question then. In the scenario of the kid thing, the having a child thing, where one person wants to have one and the other person saying no. I would pose this question. Boy, it's something crazy about how things can change. Because what after, okay, you say, you know what, all right, cool. You know, I want to, I'm stuck in. I want to be with somebody that want to have a child with me one day. You stuck in, cool. All right. And then 2 years down the line, God dang it, she got a whole new, brand new human being out here in these streets, dropped a whole mixtape on you. And you're like, damn, dude, does it sting when you see that they went on and had a baby with somebody else? Does it sting then? Because people change or accidents happen. But I
See, that kind of stuff don't bother me because I've had that exact situation.
I ain't gonna lie, shit. My prideful.
I be feeling because I know I'm not going to be the one to give you that, so I can't feel bad that someone else is.
I mean, to the average person, to the average man, yeah, that's gonna sting because like I wanted that with you, but you gotta also realize she didn't want that with you for whatever reason. And it ain't gonna be just in that specific
It might not have had nothing to do.
Not
just had everything to do with her wanting her freedom or
No,
not.
she didn't want that. She didn't want that peanut
she
head.
didn't want it with you. Like we can forget all that BS. And keeping it real 100, she didn't want it with you for whatever reason. It's her own personal reasons because it's her own personal body. But for whatever reason, she didn't want that child with you. And with the other dude, 2 years down the line, she wanted that nigga's child within the first 6 months. Whatever the case may be, that's on her. But you have to accept she didn't want that child with you. And it does not necessarily mean something is wrong with you. It just means she made her own choices, which is why I say you got to be able to look at something and see if it's worth investing the time.
You'd hate for something like Airbnb and what you say? What's the word called? What's the word when somebody hates you forever?
Oh, they resent you, boy.
Yeah, you don't want to have it. Yeah, you don't want to have.
I got some residual resentment out there for sure. But we
do not have a child with somebody that you quote unquote talked into having a child. Well, don't do that. Don't do that. Otherwise, that's another thing. Whoever you choose to have your children is probably your top 3 most important decisions in your life. Period, point blank. That whoever you have a child with is gonna be one of the top 3 most important decisions you ever make in your life. So please let it be with somebody that is gonna be a good mother, a good wife, and somebody that really, really wants to bless you with their child. Because that's one thing that's even though this is taking the time, that's one thing that I believe is not really quite understood is that one of the biggest honors a woman can give to a man is having his child. That's just going to be good. That's one of the biggest honors you can ever give a man.
It's a lot bigger on their side than ours.
So, man, that's a whole other discussion right there.
And to Joe's point about that's a fear. Like, that's a fear a lot of people have. Like, oh, what if she changed her mind? What if that job want to give me a promotion? What if a bunch of what ifs? Again, that's life though. We'll
read the comic books.
It's a lot of, like I said, it's fear in it. It's fear in not being able to control. It's fear in not being in the friendship thing, not being real. We've been cool since we were kids, but now we outgrew each other. But I fear that I'm losing something special. A fear of gaining something new. I'm fearful. They offered me more hours, but I wanted to have more time for my family, but I'm fearful that I can't get something else. Fear is this is something I told the kids at the STEM program. Failure is not the opposition of success, because a lot of people that failed succeeded. The opposition.
You almost have to fail to succeed.
The opposition of success is fear. Why? Because the people that never succeed are the ones that are too afraid to try. So when you cutting losses, I'm too afraid to try to make new friends because I'm scared that if I be in this group, I ain't gonna be with my old friends. I'm scared to try to attempt to get this job because I'm fearful of this. I'm scared to go back out after being single since 2012 to go try to date another woman because I fear losing this one. Because, I'm 30 years old. I'm 25 and I don't know how long I got to this. All these situations, to Monte's point, again, time is our more precious thing. So we like, did I waste time? I'm fearful I wasted time. I'm fearful that everything I tried, everything I do, everything I believe in, all these things are not together. And I'm fearful to let go of what I already know. And that's one big thing most people have. I'm fearful to let go of what I know because I'm comfortable in what I know, because I know a lot of relationships right now that are simply together, whether friendship, whether family, whether boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, or husband, they are simply together because they are comfortable, and they are miserable, but they are comfortable. Thoughts on that, Joe?
Man, I just want to just a quick aside here about the whole outgrowing people. We got to be careful with using that language, because you want something a certain way doesn't mean you're outgrowing or out maturing somebody. That's not fair. They just maybe because let's use partying for example. Okay, say I don't party no more, and I'm living and chilling with my family or whatever, and I'm just chilling. But I go to T Ramsey crib up in the hills in Bel Air, and he's partying and doing all that stuff. And he says, "Damn, Joe,
we're chopping up lines on my glass coffee table that's made out of Swarovski crystal."
I can't say that I'm more mature. I'm just outgrown him. This man's the millionaire. I'm just chilling, and I just don't party no more. So I can't say necessarily that I'm outgrown him or I matured him. I can't say that. So we got to be careful when we use that vernacular, just because you don't do the same things that other people do. Now, if you still out here robbing people,
well, outgrowing just mean we just separated and stay.
I think a change in goals is way more.
Changing goals is definitely probably the best.
Well, if you got a tree and we just next to each other, and one grow this way and this one grow this way, we still outgrowing each other technically.
If I outrun, that means I run faster than you.
But we ain't talking about running. We said growing. Yeah. Like we can
so
both be 7'1", but you 7'1" and buff. We still different type of tall niggas.
You can't dig your way out of this.
Jobs for Vince McMahon.
I'm just saying, you just a different tall. Yo, bro, the tree growing that way. That tree growing that way. We ain't on the same path no more. Like we started
just going in opposite directions. Yes. But I'm just saying that kind of language can make somebody be like, who does he think he is? Oh, he thinks he's better than me, blah, blah, blah. We don't want to ever give off that. We just don't do the same stuff. Because whatever they're doing might work for them. Who is to say that the way I'm doing is better than somebody else? We can't say that. And that's the type of stuff we get into. And that's where we start looking down on people. And then that's a whole nother man cave. So with that being said, I forgot the question I was leading it that you led me into. My bad.
About fear.
Let's go.
Being afraid.
Oh yeah, like because I think that is very important. I think I understand why people will be fearful, because you do only have one life to live. So that being said, you're want to make sure that you make the best options for you, and like maybe this thing really is special, and you'll never find something as special as this in your life ever again. Some people have that fear, and I think that's valid, because you end up with something that maybe you're not going to be the most happy with, or you may live with that regret. And so that's just something to think about. I think it's fair, But again, you do have one life to live, so why not gamble? But some people don't want to gamble that. Some people are just fine the way they are, and they can lust and want Beyonce all they want to and feel like they got a chance at Beyonce type looking girls. But maybe you can just settle in this particular situation and that just works for you. So I don't know. I wish we could remove the fear. Knowing everything is going to help us remove the fear, but we said if a lot in this show. So we got to be cognizant of that. If that's the whole life is all ifs, man. Life is all ifs.
That's why you go all out.
That's ifs and buts, yo.
T. Ramsey in his mansion in Bel Air.
Tori, you gonna invite us? Tori ain't gonna invite us, bro.
Y'all wouldn't be down to party like that anyways. As soon as I bust out a rail, everybody got goddamn morals all of a sudden.
Not me.
I'm like, oh, look at these niggas standing on that moral high ground. I want to snort my cocaine. What the fuck's wrong with y'all?
This
think you're better than me? You know how much this shit
we
costs?
appreciate you all joining us for Man Cave. I thank you all so much
That's
for
how you
joining
close
us.
out a show.
Talking about letting go, we're going to let go of that entire last thought of T-Rounds. We do not condone any kind of artificial enjoyment of foreign things that are not beneficial to you long term.
Good Christian show.
But we're not judging you if you do indulge in them.
Good Christian show.
It is good to let go. And I understand by what I said. I appreciate everybody for joining us. My name is Man Ray. You can catch me on Instagram and TikTok under Monray Hudson. And click on the link tree to see all the different podcasts I'm on. I got everything you need. I got the funny. I got the good. I got the real. I got the honest. Whatever you're looking for, I got it. Call me at the grocery store. I got everything you need. Let me know, Uniqo, what you got for us, man.
You're the Beanie Man, too. We missed the Beanie Man.
When my hair get out
It's warming up, man.
I did it now, so no.
UniqoWilliams.com. All the links are going to be there. Anything that's going to lead you to right here. And I'm trying to go to Aspen with Tori when he gets rich.
You know what that
Hey, Joe out here skiing on the snow slopes. Y'all know what it is.
Which skin now? Is it the artificial or is it the women? Okay, Tori, what?
No, we talking about nose skiing, dog.
Oh, he ain't talking about the snow bunnies. Okay, Tori.
You go down there with Tori. I said Tori was a 9 to 9.5 last week. You gonna come back like an 8. You were like, bro, what happened?
Oh, with Zoe Kravitz tonight.
Hey, yo. If Zoe needs a shoulder to cry on, though, after her dragging, I'll be glad to.
Mitch kids supporting each other. This is wild. We don't support that over here. Now, Tori, I'm playing. Where can they find you at, Tori?
I support her, not her lusting after Jaden Smith, but Afrocomedy 765 on everything.
On Twitter,
probably saying something flagrant and drug induced, so you know what it is.
And you can find your boy Live for Sale in the link tree below. You can find my merch, the podcast, everything you want, my book, Buy and Inherit right now. All that stuff is in my link tree below. Y'all
buy the merch.
Buy the merch. And we out. Monte, any last words to tell the people before we get out of here? Tell them, man. We gonna get out.
You deserve to be respectfully happy. You deserve to be realistically happy. Don't make some foreign relationship with Beyonce. No, just be realistically happy. You don't gotta settle, but you deserve to be realistically happy. Just be realistic with it.
Just be realistic with it. And we're out. We appreciate y'all for listening. Peace.
Because my boy T-Round